My name is Carol Bostridge. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for Lewisham Food Bank, which is part of the Trussell Trust family of food banks. A food bank is a place where people can come when they haven't got enough food. In our case, they are referred to us by frontline professionals like social workers or housing associations or Citizens Advice Bureau, and we are able to provide them and their family with enough food for a few days. This one has been going for over 2 years now. We started with just one place, but now we have 4 outlets. The initiative in this area was a number of local churches who had heard of how the food bank movement was developing around the country and looked into it and decided this was something that they should be doing. All the food we have is donated. Some of it is donated by individuals, some of it is donated by organisations having collections in their school or their shop or their church. And twice a year we are present in a couple of Tesco stores doing a big push for everybody to donate the food. And then Tesco on those occasions will donate money on top of the food that is donated. If they want food, then they need to have a voucher which is issued by a frontline professional. A voucher looks like this. It's a red form with the organisation's name already printed on it, and the referrer would fill in the client's name and the reason for them needing food. They will then bring that along to the food bank. We would welcome them kindly with a cup of tea, sit down and talk to them, and then look through our normal food list to see if that food is suitable for them. Maybe they're a vegetarian or they don't eat certain items. We'll prepare food and give them enough food for themselves and their families to last 3 or 4 days. It has to be non-perishable food. We can't give people fresh produce. It has to be tinned goods or packet goods that have got a long date on, because we don't have any storage facilities. But it would be, we try and make it as balanced diet as we possibly can within those restrictions. I used to be the leader of a local church, but more and more wanted to be involved in things where churches and other people of goodwill come together. And I saw this as just such a good thing. If you're going to show people or claim that God loves people, you actually have to demonstrate love to people. So I got involved in this. I stopped being the church leader and took over this role in May 2014. The Trussell Trust was started actually a whole number of years ago by one man in a church down in Salisbury who, having come back from helping somebody in Bulgaria, got a phone call from a lady down the road who said, "It's all right, you're doing that for them, I've got no food in the cupboard." So he then started just a small scale, collecting food from friends and giving food parcels to people in need. Then out of that came a bigger and bigger organisation, which we're pleased to be part of. What I love to see is when for instance, we'll be taking a collection in the supermarket and somebody will put a few items in there and will said to me, "I'm giving you this because a year ago when I was in trouble, you helped us out. You were there, you know, I'd lost my job, my wife was pregnant, we didn't have enough food, you helped us out, so now I want to give back to you." I've also, you know, when we've seen somebody where actually they've been messed around by so many different organisations and now we're able to actually help them, and they are very relieved for that. That we weren't needed. I long for the day when people actually won't need to come to food banks because they'll have enough money and a job and life will be sorted for them. If people want to volunteer, they should go onto our website, and there's an application form there, and we're looking for people who can be available for a few hours during the day, 1 day a week. And we're also looking for then other volunteers who maybe can help us out twice a year to do some major food sorting, or just to organise a food collection at their own place of work or study really helps as well. We've got really good relationships with other organisations who we'll partner with. We maybe will send somebody there to another organisation for extra help. They'll send people to us for food. Some of those organisations, housing and things, will take up food collections for us because they're grateful for the work that we're doing to support people. I think we need the whole job centre system to be much more focused on actually helping people get a job. We need to have better support networks in place for people where the struggle maybe is a mental health struggle. We need maybe to have property that people can live in that doesn't use up so much of their income. So it's elements like that where all the money has gone on other things, so there's nothing left for food.
So my name's Peter Wood. I'm Chief Executive of the 999 Club here in Deptford. This is an organisation, a charity, which provides support and help for the homeless in southeast London. We run a day centre, we run a winter night shelter, and we provide advice and advocacy services. And we're also looking to start a programme of activities and learning which will help people to find jobs, work out some of their issues, and improve life skills. The organisation's been here in Deptford for 22 years or thereabouts, on this site, this main site, for 15 years, and it's worked with an awful lot of people in that time in different ways. We now think of people not as being problem people, but as having problems, and we think of people not as having only needs, but having goals or wants, and also having capacities and capabilities. And so what people want defines to some extent what they need. Of course they need housing, everybody needs housing, and there is a housing crisis in London, but what we aim to do is help people to think through what it is they want, what they're capable of, help them improve that capacity, and that in turn shapes what they understand as their needs. Well, we get some donations from, I think, Greenwich FoodBank. We get donations from individuals. People ring up and say they've got some, or they want to donate some food. And we buy quite a lot of what we need. But I'm going to stress actually that food is important, but if you look at the hierarchy of people's needs, it's social interaction, self-worth, aspiration, connection to society, having relationships. All of those are fundamental. And if people can improve their self-esteem, improve their sense of connectedness to society, then a lot of other stuff follows.